In the 1700s, British prisons in America were starting to overcrowd, so they had to find another place where they could bring these prisoners to. Due to its remote location, Norfolk Island in Australia was seen as a perfect option. They started moving some of the prisoners, and soon, they brought the worst convicts into the island. Many of these prisoners were executed on the island, others were put to hard labor. The treatment was so inhumane that even petty misdemeanors would lead to horrific torture. A lot of the prisoners tried to escape or form rebellions, but none succeeded. They were all put to death. One of the tombstones read, "In memory of Will McCulloch, who was executed on the 23rd of September for the mutiny on this island, 1834, aged 21 years." Today, the island is visited by around 30,000 tourists a year. Those who want to savor its breathtaking sceneries and those who are wanting to see its ghosts. Visitors and locals who have experienced the paranormal have witnessed soldiers and ladies wearing very old-fashioned clothes, revisiting their old homes, and even the clanking of chains can be heard at times. In the old cemetery, which is considered to be the paranormal hotspot of the island, lay graves and headstones belonging to the prisoners of the isle. They say that you should whistle when you pass the cemetery after dark. This is to send the ghosts back to their graves. The Isle of Wight, which is set on England's south coast, is also known as the Ghost Island. Every year, thousands of ghost hunters visit the island, hoping to experience the supernatural. This diamond-shaped island has residents who say they share their homes with many hundreds of ghosts. One of the ghosts in this isle is the spirit of Annabel Lee, who was thrown from the highest window of the Ayrton Manor. Legend has it that Miss Lay was thrown by her own brother after she witnessed him suffocating their father. Now, she haunts the manor and is very active in the room from which she was thrown. Another well-known haunted spot in the island is the Ventnor Botanic Garden, which was previously a hospital known as the Royal National Hospital for Diseases of the Chest. Those patients who died in this hospital were believed to haunt this location to this day. Currently, this island has a group called the Isle of Wight Ghost Experience who offer guided tours and ghost walks that start at 8 in the evening. Located in the south of Mexico City is a small island which was never intended to be a tourist destination, but is now well known for the hundreds of terrifying dolls hanging from the trees. This island is known as Isla de las Muñecas, or Island of Dolls. Local legend says that the dolls can move and even whisper to each other. Witnesses claim that the dolls would lure them to come down to the island. The dolls were hanged by a man named Don Julian Santana Barrera. When he relocated to this island, he soon made the chilling discovery of a dead girl's body in the lake. He saw a doll floating afterward, took it and hanged it in a tree to appease the dead girl's spirit. After this incident, those close to Julian say that it was as if he was driven by some unseen force, which made him completely change. And in the next 50 years, he would collect all dolls that he could find from the trash and from the canals and hang them in the many trees of the island. Some dolls were whole, but others were in disrepair, headless, missing limbs, or taken apart in other ways. After 50 years of collecting dolls and hanging them on the island, Julian was found dead, drowned in the same spot where the girl did. Alcatraz Island served as a military prison in 1907. From 1934 to 1963, Alcatraz held some of America's most notorious criminals, including Stroud, Capone, Bumpy Johnson, and George Kelly. Today, Dark tales of murder and rage haunt these prison walls. Legend has it that Al Capone spent his last days strumming his guitar in the shower room. Nowadays, visitors of the prison would report hearing sounds of a far-off banjo strumming throughout the prison. The most haunted spot in the prison is believed to be cell 14D. This was known as the Hole, where punishment was served to particularly difficult prisoners. Visitors claim that this cell is always freezing cold, even during the summer, and that it evokes a feeling of sudden intensity. Alcatraz ranks at the top of the list of the world's most haunted prisons. Located on the coast of northern Italy is the Poveglia Island, which served as the quarantine island during the Black Death that hit Europe. People were dragged to this island once they showed even the slightest of symptoms of the plague. This island was also used as a mass burial ground where some 160,000 victims were thought to have been cremated in hopes of stopping the spread of the disease. In 1922, a mental hospital was built on the island. It was poorly constructed, and instead of being used to properly treat the mentally ill, the doctors tortured their patients by performing heinous experiments. One doctor in particular was said to perform lobotomy in the hospital's bell tower on numerous patients by using hammers, chisels, and drills, and without anesthesia. Soon, the doctor was said to be haunted by his patients' ghosts. Eventually, he lost his mind and threw himself from the hospital's bell tower. Though this bell tower has been removed for a long time, locals still claim to hear its chimes from the lonely island. Many believe that hundreds of spirits are still trapped in the island, spirits of the tormented patients of the mental hospital and the victims of the plague, and that their screams can still be heard. Even to this day, it is said that more than 50% of the island's soil is made up of human ash.